There's really not much to this place. It's kind of disparate and tiny, which isn't what I was expecting. I thought it would be like, where do people live? Where do they congregate? How do they live their lives? What do they do? It's just a series of 2 structures and potentially 1 room. I don't understand where you guys actually live and function. Looks a bit odd. Okay, so where does Sitlali live? Does she live in this cave? That seems a bit odd. Sitlali? Hello?
Huh?
What's the matter?
It's Granny. She's gone.
Isn't that good?
She was standing there at the cave entrance to stop me from going in, standing right in my way.
Wait, hold up. You wanted her to move from the cave entrance, and you thought that bringing me physically here with you and getting me to go, hey, I have some books if you want to read them, while you're standing right next to me, and she's stopping you from entering. She's not going to go, oh, gee, Aurora, I see right through you. You're trying to distract me. You shouldn't have come with me if that was the plan.
Oh, you meant literally standing in your way. This whole time, Paimon thought you were being metaphorical.
Well, I was wondering whether it was physical or metaphorical.
Granny says it's tacky when light novels use contrived metaphors. I don't want to be tacky.
Of course she says that.
Wait, but aren't you comparing yourself to a light novel? Isn't that kind of contrived?
What? Oh, darn it.
Anyway, looks like your path ahead has been cleared, and I do not have to, lure her with light novels. We can keep that for another time.
Yeah, see, Lolly probably figured there was no point standing in your way anymore. Auroron, whatever it is you so desperately need to do, you're now free to do it.
I don't think it'll be that simple. Granny wouldn't release me from her grasp so easily. She might have laid a trap for me, or maybe when I get inside, I'll get caught by one of her surveillance spells.
Just what is in this cave, man? It still seems very dramatic for a nondescript cave right next to the tribe. But why would she want to stop you?
Yeah, let alone lay a trap for you. Unless you haven't been up to no good again, have you?
I just want to rescue someone, and Granny won't let me.
Rescue someone? Oh no, what happened?
Could I ask you to go inside and take a look at him? I think he should be safe for now, but he'll be at greater and greater risk as time goes by.
It's totally not a person, is it?
But then, what are you going to do?
I'll have to wait outside, or I might fall into one of Granny's traps.
So you'd prefer that I fall into one of her traps? Well, that hurts.
You mean you want us to fall into
Yeah.
our traps instead?
No, you'll be fine. Granny's traps will recognize it's the Traveler, so they'll leave you alone.
Really? That's a thing?
Sure it is. I mean, I've told my aphids all about your heroic deeds, so I assume Granny's told her traps too.
I don't think your aphids are on the same level as magical traps, but okay.
You can't just assume that.
Either way, I'm counting on you, Granny.
Well, sounds like someone's life is at stake, so we should probably head in and check things out.
Not what the subtitles say, but sure. But again, what you said is better than what the subtitles said. There's one problem I have with Auroran's design that I've had with it since the beginning, and it seems very hypocritical of me to say this, but I don't like the fact that he's wearing jeans. Every single time Auroran appears, all I can look at is his crotch because you can see the seam of the jeans with like the stitching and everything with the fly, and I just keep looking at it going like, it's so modern, why are you in this? It just doesn't suit
like
his
this.
look. It's just such a modern anachronism, and I don't like it. But then it's hypocritical because isn't Wriothesley wearing jeans? But it works for Wriothesley, whereas it just doesn't work on Auroran, and then I feel hypocritical that I feel okay with it on one character but not another. But it's just every single time he's in the shot, it's just like it doesn't work for me at all. Can't you just wear normal pants like everybody else in this fantasy land? Why do you gotta wear jeans? This ain't Endless Zone Zero.
Guess we just keep following this path?
I mean, do we...
Auroran seemed pretty confident that Lolly's traps won't harm us. But still, It can't hurt to be careful.
He hasn't even told us what this cave is for. Only that something or someone is trapped in here. I mean, I personally need more information if I'm to go into some mysterious cave location. I need to know the purpose of the place, what I'm going to encounter, and so forth. So this looks like Citlali's warehouse. Or her, like, workshop, sorry. Oh, it was a person. I didn't even think it was going to be a person. And why does she have somebody imprisoned here?
We made it in without a hitch. Maybe Citlali's traps can recognize us after all.
Maybe it isn't
Wait,
trapped.
Look! There's someone there!
Is this her new apprentice or something?
Hi! Are you okay? Can you hear us?
He's meditating, isn't he? He's not responding.
Is he asleep? Or sick? Do you think this is the guy Auroran was talking about? Also, what the heck's been going on here? Lots of strange and mysterious stuff around.
Not really. It looks like it's just where Citlali would live. It looks like some kind of ritual. No, not really. I have to ask though, if she does in fact live here or work here, she has to walk up this steep thing every single time she wants to leave. That is arduous. She must have real strong quads. And glutes.
Could be. Let's get Auroran in here. He'll know what this is all about.
Sorry, Granny.
All grown up now, are we?
Ugh, gotta listen to her. Nag.
I'm truly sorry.
Now that you're one of the 6 heroes, you think you can do as you please, do you? Well, explain yourself, you dummy. How exactly were you thinking of helping that spirit duffer?
Spirit Duffer.
Auroran! And, hey, Citlali.
Huh? Huh? When did you guys... Oh, drat. I wasn't expecting them. And now the Traveler probably caught me yelling at Auroran. Oh, this is not a good look for me.
It's not a good look. Every time you yell at Auroran, I keep thinking it's not a good look. But now you're worried about it?
Hello there, you two. We were just, Auroran and I we were, play acting. You know, acting out some scenes from a light novel, quoting the lines. I didn't actually mean what I was saying. Right, Auroran?
You really expected him to catch on?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Good actor he is.
I owe you an apology too, Traveler. I asked you for help, but I forgot to watch my back and Granny caught me. And now we're play acting.
There's no need to apologize.
So what are you two up to exactly? Did something happen to this poor guy?
Yeah. Leela's his name. He got into some trouble during a clairvoyance session.
Okay. Clairvoyance?
It's a kind of spell that lets your spirit leave your body, so you can access secret knowledge. You know what a medium is, right? You've probably come across them in novels. Anyway, it's similar to that. Leela's problem is his spirit has gotten lost and can't find its way back to his body.
Okay.
So why was Auroran trying to get in here if he knew that Citlali had it under control?
So in other words, his body's here, but his soul's gone?
Well, technically the soul and the spirit aren't quite the same thing, but yes, in a nutshell, that's basically it.
I just wanted to help bring Leela's spirit back.
And I wouldn't have stopped him if it was anyone else. But the issue is, Mr. Leela here is what we call a spirit duffer.
What's a spirit duffer?
Someone with no spiritual sensitivity whatsoever. Spirit duffers can't sense or control spirits, much less use spells on them.
I'm not quite sure where the names come from. What's a duffer? Spirit duffer. I get that duffer is a word we use as, like, slang's not necessarily the right word, but we use to call somebody who's being silly. You know, don't be such a duffer. Although, dude, that's back from, like, the 90s. I don't think they're using the word from that context, so where is the word coming from for a spirit duffer?
Now, there are certain methods that can force even spirit duffers into a clairvoyant state. But, well, I mean, look what happened to Mr. Leela.
Wait, so this guy has no spiritual talent or proclivities whatsoever, yet he tried clairvoyance? Why?
The spells of the Masters of the Night Wind are all based on dealing with spirits, and so are all our problem-solving methods. So for spirit duffers, even our healing methods don't work on them.
Why do you have to keep saying it with such a disparaging tone? Spirit duffers? Like it's their choice?
So, if they get into trouble trying to use a spell, there's basically nothing we can do.
So in other words, this dude was stupid and brought it on himself. Okay.
Yes, there is. As long as the soul is involved, I should be able to help.
You hear that? No prizes for guessing what Auroron's bright idea was.
Use his broken spirit to go find Leela's spirit?
Oh, because of your special constitution, right? But isn't it kind of risky for you?
I'll be fine. Granny's just worrying too much. I'm feeling fine now, so I should be able to do it safely. Besides, it's probably our only hope of bringing Leela back.
I feel like they've kind of ruined Auroran's setup. I mean, they haven't fully explained it or fleshed it out, so I can't say I really understand his broken soul. They haven't adequately explained that for me. It's just been mentioned in kind of throwaway bits throughout the quest, the Archon quest, but I don't feel like it was fully given form to a way that makes sense to me. But I don't think with his setup, with his personality and with Sitlali, that they're fully utilizing the gravity of this situation. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like such a good build-up and a good character idea to have him with this shattered spirit and being able to use that to help others at, great risk to yourself. It could be so dramatic and impactful, but instead it's on Auroron, who doesn't really have much of a personality. And it just unfortunately gets tainted by Sitlali as well and her bitchiness and having to listen to her nag at him constantly. It feels like they've just put a damper on what could have been potentially a fantastic character idea. I still don't know if I'm articulating that well, but that's how I feel.
Don't kid yourself. What happens if it's not as safe as you're hoping, We both know you'll risk it all to try and rescue him anyway. Honestly, you're such an idiot sometimes.
Yet, if you both knew that he would risk it all and try to rescue him anyway, why didn't you just let him do it from the get-go if it was the inevitable outcome?
This is a tricky one. It's true that Auroron could be self-sacrificing to a fault,
That again.
but it's also true that Sitlali tends to worry too much.
I bet you got a plan, huh, Sitlali?
You're darn right Granny Eatsley's got a plan. Why else do you think I'd be here?
Keeping watch over the dude whose body has no spirit in it currently?
Huh? You do?
Wait, really? You actually know a way to save him?
Did you ever think to ask her?
Yes. I mean, it's a crude solution. But that's beside the point. The point being, don't interfere when Granny's already got things under control. Anyway, Traveler, I was actually going to ask for your help on this. My plan will take quite a lot of work, and it's a little too much for one person.
Why didn't you ask for Auroran's help then?
Oh, great! Well, it's a good thing Auroron brought us here then.
Okay, how can I help?
I intend to use a two-pronged approach. The first is the crude method. Basically, it's looking for a needle in a haystack.
We already did that with Kachina's soul in the Night Kingdom, but at least we had a guide that was yours, and then Chaska broke it.
See the thing I've drawn around Leela's body? That's
Nope.
a gateway to the Night Kingdom.
If you say so.
Once the gateway is activated, all roaming spirits in the area will be drawn to it. If we're lucky, we'll find the one that belongs to Leela.
How are you going to know if it's the one that belongs to Leela? I mean, is it going to look like him? Because that's a little on the nose.
I'll lend you some of my power like last time, so you can use my clairvoyance. It only works if you use this projection sensor first, though. So don't forget that step.
How do I use it? I don't know that I want to inhale whatever's coming out of it.
Don't worry, this time nothing can go wrong. You'll just feel like you're in the Night Kingdom, and you'll see a lot of roaming spirits around you. All you need to do is gather them up.
How? Am I herding them like sheep or cattle? Or am I politely asking them to light on up?
You can leave Auroron to sift through them and find Leela. Since he wants to help so bad, he can take the hardest job.
Okay. What's the other approach?
Draw him back, using what I know about the instincts of spirits. As we all know, clairvoyance is usually conducted with the goal of unraveling mysteries. If we can find out what mystery Leela wanted to learn the truth of, we can use that to draw his lost spirit back here.
The only way you can find out is if he told somebody and they can tell you. Unless you're going to go prying through his brain. I don't know how you're going to figure that out.
I'll do some clairvoyance of my own and channel it through Leela's body. That should give me some idea of what he was thinking.
So, yes, she's going rooting around through his brain.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets it now. The first approach is like fishing with a net, and the second is like fishing with bait. Just like how Aurora wanted us to lure you away with the promise of light novel.
Why would you have said that? Now we can't use that as a tactic going forward. You really don't think ahead, do you, Paimon?
Your point would have been just as clear without the example, Paimon.
Agreed.
What? Don't think I won't revisit this later.
But Granny, it's amazing that you can use a person as a clairvoyance medium. I always thought you had to use inanimate objects.
What's with the thumbs up?
You can't flatter your way out of this one. But you're not wrong. A person without a spirit is just a physical shell, which, for our purposes, makes them an inanimate object.
Okay. I mean, it's not technically an animate object, but if that's the definition you want to use, okay.
Traveler, just over there is my spirit loom, which will record the fragments I see during clairvoyance. Once I begin, please arrange them on a woven scroll for me.
What? Arrange them on a... what? Are you using English right now? So you're going to somehow weave symbols onto your tapestry, and I somehow need to arrange these onto a woven scroll, whatever a woven scroll is. I'm very confused. I don't feel like you're using English with me right now. And there was another point I wanted to make on her previous point. Oh yeah, every other game in the world doesn't agree that a body without a spirit is an inanimate object, because you can't take them into extra dimensional spaces without them dying. FYI.
Let me know when you're ready. We should get to work.
I mean, I'm not ready. I don't understand your instructions. They're not clear. Use the spirit loom to weave the scroll. But she hasn't done anything.
Are you ready? Don't worry, the spirit loom is very easy to use.
I thought it was rounding up spirits first. If I was doing the loom first, shouldn't you have started with that in your information giving and then told me to round up spirits? Because now we're going about it backwards.
I know this is your first time working with it, but I have a feeling you'll do great.
I have no idea what you want me to do. I'm very confused. Place the fragments in the area in a specific order and position, and adjust the relative positions of the layers using overlapping blocking. Why is there a timer? I haven't even read the instructions yet. And other methods to restore the overall picture to the target state. Right. Well, I think that has to go first, wherever it goes. Bro, where does your face go? Oh, it just automatically does it. That's nice. And then your hat goes on there. Oh, you can just put below? Then why am I stressing about this? If all I thought I literally had to place it in order. So I was stressing about like the layer of things. You literally can just go place one layer lower. Doesn't that take the difficulty out of the task? I feel like it does. It just makes it so simple. You just throw them all on and then just layer them. It's much harder to have to put them on an order.
The scroll is ready. This looks like a person. Who is it?
Huh? It's Sanhaj Kampore.
Huh? You mean that Sanhaj? Auroran's ancient name hero guy?
The fact that you remember that, Paimon, is just bewildering.
That's right. He was not only one of the 6 heroes, but also a legendary border master of our tribe. 500 years on, and the remains of his spirit is still so strong.
Border Master is an honorable title, by the way. It's only given to powerful figures like Granny Seatlali.
No, not like me. The most powerful border masters can expand the borders of the Night Kingdom and temporarily manifest part of it in the real world. I'm no amateur with border spells, but Sanhaj is in a league of his own.
Was. He's dead.
They say his border mastery was what turned the tide in the Battle of the Mare Javari 500 years ago. Legend has it that Sanhaj summoned a miniature Night Kingdom and exploded it to defeat the encroaching Dark Calamity.
Did that have any adverse effect on the Night Kingdom?
Whoa, he must have been really strong.
Of course, it came at a great price. As far as I understand, both Sanhaj and Tainoch, the leader of the tribal coalition forces, gave their lives to activate this spell. I don't know what Leela was thinking. Even I'd think twice before seeking out Sanhaj Kampore during clairvoyance. So what sort of spirit duffer in their right mind would... I guess folly is the greater part of bravery.
It really isn't. I have to tell you, it really isn't. So we still don't know why. A dude who has no spiritual talent doing something that's going to damage him because he's really stupid. I can't get behind this dude. He seems like an idiot and deserves what he got. But why is he trying to seek out this legendary figure? We haven't found that out.
I'm starting to feel like something else is at play here. I think I'll pay a visit to his house and see if I can find any clues.
I mean, honestly, that's what I thought the first step was, but then you ignored it. So I was like, okay, we're just going to do the spirit thing instead. What about the other approach? Shall we keep that up while you're gone?
Yep, you can keep gathering the roaming spirits. That won't be affected. Hopefully you do find Leela that way, because it'll save us an awful lot of trouble.
How do I get rid of the wayward spirits, though?
But before that, it looks like we now have another problem on our hands. Connecting with the spirit of Sanhaj Kampore has caused quite a stir. I think we may have just spooked all the monsters in the area.
But we didn't do anything. He did that.
Traveler, if you've got some time, could you go and get them to pipe down a bit? We don't want them to start attacking innocent bystanders.
But how do you know that this has happened? You don't have a spiritual connection to the animals and beasts of the area, so you don't know that they've stirred up. You've been in this cave, and then wherever you went, and then you came back. But if the creatures were really getting riled up, you would have done something about it before you came back down. This is just inconvenient. Or bad writing.
It's fine. I can handle that.
Oh no, you're staying right here, mister. The Traveler has enough to do already without coming to your rescue.
Why do you have to say it like that? All you could say is, we need you to identify Leela's spirit if it comes into the vicinity, so you need to stay here. But instead, you have to be all offensive and scornful.
All right, then. Sorry, Traveler. Over to you, I guess.
Whatever. No problem, it'll be a piece of cake.
Yeah,
It will,
that's
which is
right.
why it's so
The most
boring.
important thing right now is getting Leela's spirit back.
All right, I'm heading out. See you guys later.
I don't understand. You left the cave. Why did you not already go to his home and find this information before you came back? It just seems like unnecessary toing and froing and wasting time. I mean, you don't know how long you have to rescue his soul. Spirit. This could be timed. And you've taken so long to go up and down this bloody ramp that his soul's disappeared in this time. Search for the spirits, evil banner shirt, restoring fragmented records. Why are you moving just when I'm trying to go here? Complete the gathering goal. This one? Search for lost spirits. During the Search for Lost Spirits challenge, the scattered roaming spirits will stay away from nearby characters. Use this to drive the roaming spirits away and gather them in Spirit Hub to accumulate spirit count. When you successfully gather a shining spirit, you will receive more spirit count. Spirit gathering buffs will appear within the area at intervals. Pick them up to increase your movement speed or restore stamina to characters. When a party member receives a spirit gathering buff, the party's spirit call value will increase. When the spirit call value reaches the maximum, a spirit call moment will be triggered. For 20 seconds, all characters will continuously attract roaming spirits. This effect is useful for bringing roaming spirits to spirit hubs. While gathering roaming spirits, a golden splendiferous spirit hub will appear at intervals, driving the roaming spirits into the splendiferous spirit hub to accumulate double the spirit count. Can we just get other people to do the heavy lifting for me? Currently unable to enter another player's world. Why? It's literally all I can do. I can't do the challenge solo. Why is it saying the following quest needs to be completed before entering another player's world? I've never seen the game say this before in my life. It's never stopped you from doing the event quests when they're right in front of you. It just doesn't usually present you with the event quests if you can't do them. Head to Leela's cave. I'm already here. Wait, so this is your cave? I thought this was Sitlali's. Okay.